advisors, whether they be formal or informal, that can provide you with information. Other lessons that I've learned along the way are don't hire anyone until you absolutely have to, because there are great freelance resources, great software solutions when it comes to sales or things like that aren't necessarily a replacement for a real human being, but that can stretch the time that it takes before you actually have to hire a real human being, because having to let people go is very sad and it's tough. And I've had to do it on multiple occasions and it's no fun. So always make sure that you, when you get ready and you think I need to hire someone, that you really take a step back and say, how will they advance the product forward? Do you have the ability to sustain that salary? And also, too, that you've got a game plan in place for, should you not be able to pay for their salary. So whenever you want to hire somebody, try to hold off, for as long as you can, because, those are real decisions that impact people and impact families. You want to make sure that you're prepared for that. And then on the third perspective it relates to fundraising. Fundraising is incredibly hard and way harder than you'll ever expect it to be. So, don't raise money unless you absolutely have to, or you need it to meet a milestone or to enter a new market or to get a competitive advantage or something like that. So those would be 3 little words of wisdom. And number 4, just add a fourth here, is remember your self-care. You are your most important, your company's most important resource. And so you need to take care of yourself, whether that be exercise, meditation, whether that be Healium or walking your dog or whatever. If you're not healthy, your business isn't healthy. Make sure that you are taking a self-assessment. And if you don't have anyone around you who's telling you that you're doing a good job, well, look in the mirror and tell yourself, okay, give yourself your own atta-girls and atta-boys. Here's what I did good today. I do that. You have to step back every once in a while and say, okay, you're not getting a performance review. There's no, boss telling you, look at what you've done or whatever. So, you have to give yourself your own atta-boys and atta-girls.
What do you feel has been the keys to your success? And just hearing what you just said about being being an encourager to yourself, it ties into your success. What do you feel has helped you to achieve the success that you've achieved?
Surrounding myself with smart people, faith. My faith has been a big, part of how I keep going, because whoever you place your hope in, whether it be nature or a God or a particular religion, you really rely on that faith a lot when it comes to entrepreneurships. Luck, just dumb luck, from some of it, people seeing us at a conference or us, seeing someone in a conference and reaching out, and then that turned into a relationship. Being hyper connected, talking with anyone and everyone that you can about your product, whether it be at a trade show, opportunities like this for podcasts, the ability to share, making sure you take each and every opportunity to tell people about your product and get feedback as well. Negative feedback is great, and actually no's are great too. When it comes to fundraising and sales, you will get a lot of no's, but if you internalize them in the right way, in that, you don't get bothered or upset by them, the first ones that you get are really like a punch in the gut. And then after you get punched in the gut a lot, it becomes a lot easier. And you begin to realize that no's are just data. It's data to tell you this is not my customer, or this is what I need to do to change about the product. So perhaps they could become a customer in the future. It's not, no forever. It's no today. And that's feedback. It's fertilizer. It stinks. But if you, slather up all those no's all over your body, ultimately that fertilizer is going to grow you and your business into something that's amazing. all of that: faith, no's, embrace the no's, become highly mentored, take care of yourself. Those are some of the pathways to success. In addition to, focusing on your product and just really listening to people about what they say are their barriers to entry, why they use it, why they don't use it, when they use it, how they use it, that kind of thing.
So those are really essential keys to success, and that I fully believe and trust in. And I would love to get into some of the published studies that you have about helium and how it has helped others. Can you share a little bit about some of the published studies?
Sure. So at our company, we're constantly testing our content to see how it impacts users' physiology and to see if there's a way that we can make it impact their physiology even more. So, for instance, Dr. Tarrant, he's my co-founder, and he does brain maps, EEG brain maps to see how media essentially affects people. And so Frontiers in Psychology, Journal of Neuroregulation, both published studies showing that helium reduced self-report, moderate anxiety, and increased feelings of positivity quickly in as little as 4 minutes. This is kind of like a little virtual digital chill pill, again, like a warm bath or, a walk in the park or something that can quickly slow that fast activity, those ruminating thoughts, and shift that negative narrative that's playing in your head. We have another one that's coming out, a study that was done with the American Red Cross, looking at using helium to reduce that tension before blood donations. Giving blood is obviously not something that most people look forward to.
I don't.
Yeah, but placing people in a headset and allowing them to escape, before they get that blood draw or during that blood draw, and we were able to find that in certain populations, helium reduced that tension up to 39%. It had increased their feelings of calm and happiness significantly. And so, and this is a completely drugless solution. I mean, we're not talking about it being any kind of replacement for an anti-anxiety medication or anything like that. This is just media. But when you are in places where you can't necessarily take a warm bath or you need something, you're going through something that sucks, whether it be chemotherapy or dialysis or, a painful procedure or something like that, and you just need to be distracted and have, a break. That's what helium can do.
Let's say I purchase helium, or I choose to use helium to calm down. What are some steps that I would go through in order to use helium? I want to make sure that my listeners understand how helium works, and if they have to go out and invest a lot of money or if they can use something they already have. Can you explain that further?
So we have different price tiers. So if you're an enterprise and you want to get helium for your workplace or something like that, that's $99 a month. Our single user licenses are about $29 a month. And then you just have to get the hardware. So our hardware has different tiers. So right now, the hardware that's required is an Oculus Go and a Muse meditation headband. Or if you want to use it without the headband, you can. But Muse meditation headbands are about $175. It just depends on whether or not they're on sale. That fluctuates. And then Oculus Go goggles are about $299, or $199 for the regular single user license. So once you get the hardware, and you can get that hardware at Best Buy, you go to our site. We have an e-commerce site. If you go to tryhealium.com and click on buy, you'll see how you purchase these kits. And they're kits that comes in a box. That box can either have an Oculus Go, or we also have Google Cardboard as well that we'll be rolling out next month. All of that is on our e-commerce site. So if you go to tryhealium.com, it has all the information, the published studies that you can look through, and a sample of some of that content. And with our licenses, software licenses, you get a neuromeditation curriculum. And it teaches you not only how to use the goggles, or without the goggles, you can just use augmented reality with just your mobile device as well. That's the lowest barrier to entry. So if you're just wanting to try out Healium without having to get the hardware, I'd encourage people to download our augmented reality app. And if you search Healium AR, Healium AR on your iPhone or on your Android device, it's a $1.99 app. You can download it even without another wearable integration. You just click no, you're not using a wearable, and you can see how that operates. But for our users who go on to purchase our single user licenses, our monthly subscribers, they get that video curriculum. It teaches them about the different areas of their brain, alpha, beta, theta, gamma, delta, and what they do, and their role in your well-being. Those are led by Dr. Jeff Tarrant, who's my co-founder, which is helpful as well. They also get a book. It is about neuromeditations and about some of the things you can do to rewire your brain. Again, shift those negative those negative thoughts that creep into your head. And Jeff does a great job on educating people about what neuromeditation is. And then every 60 days, you get a new piece of content. So a new piece of content is added to the platform. And so that library never gets old.
I'm loving that. Loving it. So is there anything else that you would like to share? This is your moment to shine, where you can tell us how to get in touch with you, how to engage with you online.
Well, I would encourage you guys to download the app, and we would love a review. So, give us some love in the comments. Try it out. Let us know what you think on social media. Healium XR is where we are on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well. We also have a program called Honor Everywhere, which is for aging veterans. So by purchasing Healium, you help enable more of these veterans to get virtual tours. We actually ship some of our higher end kits to the vets, and they have the opportunity to see the World War II, Vietnam, Korea, and Women's Memorial inside the goggles. If you know a veteran who isn't able to physically travel to see their memorial, get a pair of goggles, download the Healium app, and show it to them. We have a free demo version of the Healium app on Oculus Go. All of the veterans content is free on there. So definitely share it with someone that you know, and you'll find more information about Honor Everywhere, which is our company's social service, a social program. We pioneered it. We built it from the ground up, and you'll find that at honoreverywhere.com.
I have one more question for you, then I'll let you go. You mentioned that it will be ready for Google Cardboard coming soon. The question I have, if it works with Cardboard, will it also work with Google Daydream?
Yes. So we're on Daydream as well. I forgot to mention that. So if you have a Pixel phone, Pixel 1 or Pixel 2, Pixel XL, yes, we're on Daydream, and on standalone Google Mirage Solo Daydream-enabled headsets. Just search that app store for Healium, Healium, and you can find it on there as well. Mm-hmm.
I know what I'm doing when we finish. Thanks so much for sharing, because this is something that is important to me, having a stress reliever and having a tool that helped me manage my stress. Thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing today about Healium, Healium. Please feel free to say any last words before we end.
Yeah, download it on the App Store. Share it with the people who you love in your life, whether that be a veteran or someone who's going through a stressful situation. Just share that virtual piece.
Thank you so much. And once again, this has been Pamper My Business with your host, Kim Beasley.
I'm Geraldine B. Thomas, founder of the 1 Million Women Link Up. The Powerhouse Business Initiative educates aspiring seven-figure women on how to monetize their LinkedIn membership by forging lucrative collaborative marketing partnerships with like-minded business and professional women so they can sell out their events, catapult their book sales, fill up their coaching hours, and more. Visit smartwomenpartners